Greetings firefighters, Chief Chuck here. Today we're going to be talking about how to create an assessment of an asset in Digital Sandbox. So at this point we know an asset already exists, either we created it or there was one there in the past, and at this point we want to do the assessment. So the first thing we have to do is find the asset. Today we're going to be assessing the ethyl methyl death hazmat plant. And when we search for it, we find there is an asset over on the left. There is no fire pre-incident assessment completed, or there would be a green arrow here. So we're going to go ahead and click on the asset to open that up. So we are now looking at the asset in overview mode. And if we come down here to data collection, there is fire pre-incident assessment hyperlink. It has a 0 beside it, indicating there's none associated with it. So we click on the Start New button on this page. It takes us to this page, which just allows us to confirm that we're going to be doing a fire pre-incident assessment of this asset. And here's the important page where we choose the particular sections that we want to include. It is important to only include the sections for which you have information. Don't just automatically click all these. About this assessment is pre-selected. That's required. Building you will use most all the time. Water supply, which allows you to document the hydrants, you will use most all the time. Fire protection systems, only if you have standpipes or a sprinkler system or other fire protection features you want to document. Stairwells only if it's a multi-story building with enclosed stairwells. Elevators likewise. Utilities, you typically include that because that's where your cutoff information is. Emergency contacts, that's real important. We almost always include that. Hazmat, only if there's some significant quantities of hazardous materials. Documents and images is pre-selected. That is required normally. Strategies and conclusions, you'll probably include that more often than not. Observations, again, probably more often than not. There is no need to ever include a map. That is unnecessary. Once you've selected the ones you want to include, click the Save button. It will build the assessment form and take you to the first section about this assessment. This concludes our lesson on how to start a new assessment. In upcoming videos, we'll discuss how to complete each individual section of the assessment.